Hey, good morning, neighbors. Grab a cup of coffee. Or not, this shouldn't be too long. I'm going to attach a Reuters article. A reporter that has been to Fukushima 4 times over the many years. So, if you pay attention, if you read the article, you'll notice the protective gear description and the precautions taken for him coming in and out of the facility. Now, he mentioned the Alps system, and notice the precautions that had to be taken initially versus now. So it's an interesting article. It speaks to how deep and troublesome these materials are in the world. So one of the things they do, they give you a full body scan before you enter the site so that they can measure what your norm is. If you've been part of nuclear readings, or actually many conversations in different venues of science, you'll hear about a normal. And there are many types of normals. There's normals over the weeks and months, and then there's normal right now, which is me sitting in an easy chair, which is kind of normal for me. So when you get into a specific normal, for a radiation level, it's because everybody has a different radiation level. So they want to know what's going in because they don't want to get blamed for anything, right? This risk, this liability stuff is huge. Don't discount how much of a role it's playing in a nuclear. It's why civilian insurance won't insure a nuclear plant. It's a lose-lose gamble for that insurance company. They won't touch it. But hey, corporations, business, right? No socialism here. So, one of the points, foot cover. They make you take your shoes off because they want to know how radioactive your feet are. Now, someone long ago noted in body design experience that animals with long legs, your lower extremities are actually less susceptible to radiation. Another story, another video. But I thought that was just fascinating to find out. Long-legged animals, the lower parts of your legs respond to radiation different than the rest of your body does. It's kind of more used to it, I suppose. So 3 socks. The man's putting on 3 socks, and when he's done, he's taking off 3 socks, and they're checking it. Now, the reason for the 3 socks and the special shoes and the foot radiation measurements is this is where you have the most contact with any particles, dust, dirt, soot in the environment. All of it has settled down on the floor of your house and the carpet. This is why you vacuum. But in Japan, when you walk out your front door, you don't know what you're getting into. You might have an idea. You might have a friend with a Geiger counter. Even more or less likely, you have a friend with a multi-million-dollar lab that's willing to process $1,000 samples for you. Or you can afford to have a $1,000 sample processed. So, divide and conquer. Small groups are easier to pick off. This is politics. One of these days when humans get together. So, the changing of the socks. There is a huge significance here to this. Now, part of what's saving a lot of Japanese lives, or we're only talking a few hundred maybe, right? Because the odds are you're in the casino when you go to around Fukushima. So the article is enlightening to read. That the Japanese culture takes their shoes off at the door is excellent for many reasons, especially in a nuclear contaminated world. What we see is very easily, and I've linked to the videos, is puddles. Any place rainwater can accumulate, these materials consolidate. They aggregate. They come together. They have little nuclear parties, and because of proximity, they actually up the harm levels because there's more of them nearby. They have a better chance of interacting with each other. So the article just really is a very casual explanation, but the man's risking his life to go in there for these look into the sciences, more into the engineering, the application of the sciences into the real world. There's 1,000 engineers watching that facility from across the globe. What they're doing is another conversation. So, unchecked capitalism, unbridled capitalism, capitalism that requires socialism. Nuclear plants require socialist insurance in order to exist. Just words. Yeah, my coffee's cold. I'm going to go get some more. Comment, leave a note. Hugs and kisses. Take care. Be better. Be best.